section where we're using Sage to look back over the work that we did by hand. Basically, just going to type in the commands I'm seeing, reset. They're defining two variables, j and n. And then they got this summation. It looks like they're typing j times n minus j plus 1. Yes, I'll look back over the notes, show you what this problem is. And the counter variable is j, and they're going to count from 1 to n. All right, hit the return. And I see the outcome. Now, what I want to do is, I also want to type in that following command, but I will go back over the notes. And the following command, you see bool, which stands for a Boolean. And Boolean's wondering, are things true? Like if I put down 1 plus 1, and I wonder, is it really the same thing as 2? Well, Sage will answer that, which is kind of a trivial question, by the way. It says it's true. Now, if I said bool, and I said 3 times 2 is equal to 5, you know, so I'm using a double equal sign, it should say false, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's type this in. Bool. And it's going to be, it looks like they're just simply copying this over here. And again, I'll go back over the notes. And they're wondering, is that really the same thing as? Well, let's type this in now. I got to scroll up so we can see it all together on one screen. Sorry about that. And they're wondering, is it equal to n star n plus 1 star n plus 2 divided by 6. Now it's either true or false. It says it's true. By the way, I'm also going to try to factor, we've seen this before, that expression, see what it gives me. And it gives me what I expected, all right? Again, it might be hard for you to read that, but it gives me what I expected. You might say I was a little bit out of order. Multiplication is commutative. I want to scroll back over the notes and show you where this problem came from. It came from this question over here. It says, find this sum. Well, let me just review this over here for you. I'm looking for a sum. Whoops, sorry about that. I didn't go so far with that. And, you know, basically when I did it, you know, basically I'll highlight the command. I did this over here. And I'm saying like j is a counter. So one point I'm doing is it looks like it's going 1, 2, 3, 4, up to n. So what I say, it looks like j is being counted, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to n. So I say j times, well, it looks like it's times n. So what do I do? Well, remember, if we started counting at 1, this would be true for the first term, by the way, because if I'm starting counting from 1, it would just be n. Now the question is, if I go to 2, which is the next counting number, it would be n minus 2 plus 1, which would be n minus 1. That seems to make sense. Right, as I keep going along, I want to see if I get to the end. And where am I stopping? Well, I'm starting my count at 1, and I'm ending at n. So what would the last guy here be, as far as a factor of that term? It would be n minus n plus 1, which is just plus 1. So that stands to reason. All right, now, of course, that's me typing in code. Hopefully you spent some time thinking about that. We did this by hand, though. And what result we got? We get this one over here. Now, it happens a lot of times when people are using a computer algebra system, they get a result that doesn't look like their result, all right? For example, this result here does not look like the result over here. It just doesn't look the same, all right? It does not look the same. Again, this result here does not look like this result over here. It just does not look the same. That's why I use Boolean. And what's Boolean? Boolean's saying, are they the same? You're going to see trouble with the Boolean, though. And a lot of times what happens with Boolean is, you know, it does the, excuse me, approximate arithmetic sometimes. And although, you know, fundamentally these things may be equal, if it's doing a bunch of arithmetic, it may turn out that they're not equal to Sage, although they may be equal. And we'll see that in future assignments, by the way. All right, so I think this is pretty much closed out. It's the Sage portion of this. Sage is an optional thing. Someone says, why is it optional? It shouldn't be used for the competitive exam, by the way. Not these exams anyway. Everything should be done in paper and pencil. All right. Now, why are we doing this then? Trying to get your feet wet, and you really do want to get your feet wet in using a computer algebra system. The better you get at this, and we're just scratching the surface. It's a very, very powerful product. All right. Again, thank you for paying attention. I really do appreciate it.